Boom, shakalaka. What's up? Hey, I got a couple things I want to share with you. Something I'm excited about. I'm 53 years young. I got a right shoulder that's been beat up from throwing baseballs hard from the age of 7 to 21, and then lifting heavy weights in college football in the 80s, bouncing heavy weight off my chest. I've been trying to repair this right shoulder without surgeries or medications for 15 years. Made a little bit of progress in the past with some things you probably see me talk about: lacrosse ball adhesion, warming that shoulder up, rubbing against that lacrosse ball. You know, traditional rotator cuff warm-up exercise like this with light dumbbells, stuff like that, warming that ball and socket joint up. One big one is foam rolling your back out on the floor and arching that back across the roller to open up the spine, because we're constantly flexed forward like this when we work our chest for years and our chest is tight and short. So bodybuilders, chest guys, their shoulders are rounded forward, and technology neck, where we're like this all the time, constantly reinforced rounding forward. That rotator cuff and ball and socket joint is jammed to the front of the socket, and it's impinged somewhat. So when you start to foam roll your back out and open up that spine and extend it backwards, countering this chronic rolled forward, it helps the rotator cuffs be a little bit better positioned because the ball moves in a little bit better. Essentially, the arms aren't rotated forward as much. We want to start to get a more natural alignment right there. Okay, so that's one big one. I got a video of a great foam roller routine on the foam roller. I'll try to get it at the bottom of this video, see if I'm technology savvy like that. But today, restricted blood flow, RBF. It's great for getting a pump in the bicep, but it's also good for getting intense on like a dumbbell chest press to build my chest up and work through some of the limitations that I have in that right beat up shoulder. The shoulder's getting better. The other thing, and I'm going to demonstrate that right here. The other thing that I want to say while I got my breath is, maybe some of you heard me talk about, is an incredible unique product called Somaderm HGH gel. It's absorbed through the skin, so you don't have to take shots, and it's homeopathic or microdose, so it's very small amounts. It's diluted, bioidentical HGH in my system, and if you know anything about human growth hormone, it's the master hormone, it's the quarterback to all the other hormones and enzymes in your body. And as we in our 40s and 50s, and when we're stressed, our HGH levels really get suppressed. That makes us feel old. So I've been doing that for about 11 weeks. That's really helping out. If you want to know anything about that, just comment below. All right, it's a product that my power of belief is in sky high now because I've been on it 10 weeks now. All right, restricted blood flow, just a rubber band that I bound up. You can buy them off the internet if you want, but I just got rubber band, and it's got to be really, really tight right around the upper arm. So I'm going to put this on, and I'm going to demonstrate the dumbbell press. A couple things, takeaways. You want it really, really high on the arm, right underneath that shoulder, and then so that's pretty tight, not crazy tight, and then maybe 5-pound dumbbells where you really get some blood in that rotator cuff like this, and maybe like this. I call these scarecrow in the gardens. If I don't do this before I do chest press, I can't press because my shoulder's popping and clicking. And the last month, I've really been able to take my chest training and arm training and back training to the next level because I have way less restrictions in my arm. And that's definitely from the HGH product that I've been utilizing. I firmly believe that. But this other stuff's important too. Foam rolling the back, restricted blood flow, warming up the rotator cuff, doing the lacrosse ball against the wall so that our arms are more in a better position, and that ball and socket joint and the rotator cuff muscles, ligaments, and tendons can work more optimally because that ball of your upper arm bone is not crammed to the front of the socket joint. All right, so here we go. Basic chest press exercise. Most of you know about it. This is my heavy set, so I'm probably going to make some funky noises with the breathing, but the breathing is very important. Elbows pinned nice and tight to your body to protect the rotator cuffs as you get into the starting position. Feet firm on the floor, lower back arched out, away from the bench, chest open, shoulder blades lower and closer together. Thumb head's a little bit higher at the top. Down, breathing in. Dumbbell thumb head's high at the top. Halfway down, handles level out. Let that air out and squeeze. Nice and slow and controlled. Feel the stretch in the chest. Nice. 2 more. Let that air out. Squeeze. Slow and controlled. Pushing through to your shoulder blades and not your head. My left arm's a little weaker, so I'm going to do 2 more with the right. So one thing I like to do as well when I'm done with the chest, before I put the dumbbells back, is I like to work my traps with just a little bit of a unique shrug here. Stretch. Stretch that upper trap area. Stretch. Turn the palms towards the mirror a little bit. So, as you can see, this arm gets more vascular because blood gets restricted in the area, but the main thing, and you want to get that baby off pretty quick after the set because it feels like you need to get it off, you know what I'm saying? But what it does, I can't really technically explain. It puts more blood into the rotator cuff. It feels way better, and I couldn't bench press that aggressively if I didn't put the rubber band on. But it's not just the human growth hormone product. It's not just the rubber band. It's a few things. The foam roller to open up that back this way, and the proper technique on the dumbbell press. So there you go. There's 4 or 5 tips on how you can work through beat up joints and focus on the chest better with the dumbbell chest press.